Well, independence is very critical in a number of distinct perspectives. The first one is that it's an opportunity for us to celebrate our liberation. And you need to understand the liberation of Zimbabwe in context. The first aspect is that we used to be relegated to second-class citizens, to a position of unspeakable inferiority and suffering. And there was a time, at some point in our history, when we were unable to go to schools of our choice. We were unable to visit certain places because by law we were not allowed to do so. We didn't have the right to vote. We didn't have a whole host of rights. But fast forward to 1980, we are now entitled in terms of our constitution to the right of movement, the right to freedom of assembly, the right to vote. We have an array of political, social and economic rights. And that is due in large part to the liberation of Zimbabwe. But you've also got to consider that this independence did not come of its own accord. The independence that we enjoy is as a result of the work and effort of our war veterans, the security sector. But one person stands out, the exceptional leadership of President Robert Mugabe. He led the liberation struggle from the front and he demonstrated immense, considerable leadership. And we saw him at some point being incarcerated for 11 years and being unable to go and mourn his own son. That kind of sacrifice is the sort of sacrifice that we want to see cascading and going down to the young people. The responsibility now is within the young people to defend the gains of the liberation struggle. We have the one advantage that Zimbabwe doesn't just have political independence, it has economic liberation. The fact that we have an entitlement to our resources, entitlement to our land, and as young people, the responsibility is now to defend that and to make sure that the gains of the liberation struggle go on and continue. It's really, in the circumstances, not much to ask. It's the least that we can do as young people.
So what do you have to say about the cash shortages and a lot of youth right now, the unemployed youth? What do we have to say?
This is artificial. The reality is that we have entitlement to our economy, and we know that to the extent that we have economic challenges, it's as a result of a deliberate and intentional sabotage by our detractors, people who are aggrieved by the fact that we are now owners of our land, owners of our resources. It's pure economic sabotage. It's a political game, but that does not detract from the fact that we're an independent nation. Thank you.
Thank you.